You can keep talking, ladies. It's all good.
Welcome to the podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pod Hub extraordinaire. I'm not even on camera right now. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
We've got our guests, our lovely guests, just set up their podcast. That's very exciting.
So
In the Pod Hub.
Our
First
ever
workshop.
workshop ever in the Pod Hub with two amazing guests. Andrew's had to leave, unfortunately, but what an intensive 3 hours. How you
Yes,
feeling?
it was great. Just threw ourselves into it and just started doing the work, which was awesome.
Mm.
And will you remember it?
For sure.
Will you tell your friends?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, good.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
I've already checked in, so pretty much everyone I know knows.
Perfect.
So in 3 hours, we've gone from setup, chatting about
Yeah.
obviously the podcast, thinking about the direction and the purpose of your podcast,
Yeah.
to setting up a Libsyn account, to actually launching it on iTunes.
Yeah.
So that's well done.
Yeah.
Setting up your
So
accounts.
much content.
So much content to
Yeah,
go through.
So much
Yeah.
content. And
So
doing that in the 3 hours, like I've been thinking about wanting to do it for ages. I've worked on the content, I've done my interviews, and now I know
Mm.
how to make it work for
Yeah.
me. Yeah. So it's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so that was the biggest thing you got out
That
of this?
was my hurdle, yeah.
What was your thing, Zoe? What was your biggest hurdle? Yeah, and did you overcome it today?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'd been totally put off by the podcast because I've been trying to use it on my phone and just didn't really understand how to actually upload everything. So it's been really interactive.
You can still do that. You can still do it from your
I
phone.
can still do
But you
it
know
that
now.
way.
With
But
your,
I know both ways now, so that's really good and very kinesthetic for me, which I needed.
Mm.
And yeah, I'm excited.
I think because we're all like that as well. I'm like that.
Mm.
Andrew's like that. Katie's like that. I need to be shown something, and we said it off air. If we set up this workshop with 50 people in the room,
Yeah.
and we just bombarded with you you need GarageBand, you need this, you need that. I come out of those workshops thinking, man, that was just a big ego trip to the person who was facilitating, and I got nothing out of that at all.
Exactly.
You know
Or
what I mean?
it's usually a pitch to then say, right, well, if you do this, we have this other program.
Oh no,
now you can sign,
you're
you know
locked
what I mean?
in for 2 years
Yeah,
now.
You know what I mean? It's like
You're
it's
here
like,
every Saturday.
Yeah, every Saturday.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. That's it.
now
Yeah.
you're going to buy my $10,000 product.
Yeah, now
Just doing
this is
that.
the pitch right now. We're doing it on air, so you have to.
Scheme. It's a podcast.
It's a
scheme.
podcast game. Exactly right.
And
No,
we
it's
offer
all
free
good.
coffee.
Yeah, free
Yeah.
coffee. That's right.
That's all good. I think, the creation is really important, but the execution means that it's in everyone's ears, and getting it out there has been my aim to come here today, and I know how to do it now. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Thanks, guys.
No
Yeah,
worries.
yeah.
Happy
Just
to help
really-
out.
I mean, can I just ask, what stopped you doing it before today?
I think it was two things. I think you just sort of set up a hurdle thinking it's going to be overwhelming when sitting down with people who've done it before makes the difference. And also allocating the time. Our lives are so busy, so making sure that you set that time aside and step away from your usual environment to do it makes the difference. So that's what works for me today.
Awesome.
Great. So
Great. Thank you.
So I didn't want to create anything that was unprofessional and unprepared. I wanted to start off on the right foot, so it was interactive, it was professional, and it was done in the right systemized way, which I didn't have before. So now, I'm ready to rock and roll with it and fly.
Yeah. Right.
I think that's the fear that we all get, isn't it? Where to start? It's
Yeah.
all overwhelming. What to do? What software? Especially
Totally.
if you're not that tech savvy or you haven't had access to it first. It's the fear that stops you. So well done for overcoming
Well
that.
done.
Yeah.
Well
Very,
done.
very excited.
Podcast hack, that was.
Podcast hack.
Podcast
We
Ah.
won't tell them what other hacks we went into.
No, we won't. We'll
No,
stay
I'll have
away
to
from
come
that
and
one.
do
To be here to do
You have to.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Really, thank you very much. Good plug. Very, very well done.
You need
Now
to-
you buy our $10,000
Yeah.
product.
You need to invest in yourself, that booking that time in. Like last night, I think I had like 4 hours of getting into some other stuff about creating content, how to then put that onto different platforms. So this has been perfect, the perfect cherry on the top to then really take it to the next level.
And that's it. And you can use the studio. Like we do offer that. We don't want to be those people that are going, yeah, you have to use our studio now.
We
from
like
now on.
your studio.
Yeah, but if you want to use the studio, like we don't know, because we're a new product, we're new concept, so we're giving it to podcasters to use it the space,
Mm.
rent out the space if you want to for a day or a few hours. So that's more of a plug from out there in Facebook. That's what we're using the Pod Hub for. So there's no obligation. Like you can do Facebook Lives from anywhere. And we can help you with your podcast production. We're doing a guy from New York as well named Ethan. And we're doing it for James Smith, just for the people who don't want it at the hassle of going in and teaching you what we taught you guys today. Doing the whole garage band, setting up, episode number, all that stuff. We can do that stuff, but we're not here to try and tell you have to do it through us. You know what I mean? So as long as you've learned a lot and we've implemented it, like as we mentioned before, as long as you guys have got the best out of it and have you seen value, that's the main thing. Our job's done. Did we do it in 3 hours?
Pretty much.
3 minutes over.
It might have been. No, I had to be. Come on, I just got a bloody fine. So I got a fine so I could make sure that we get it done in 3 hours. That was more important to me.
Yeah. Personal sacrifice.
He will be cursing tomorrow.
I'll be cursing when I get down the car. Yeah, I'll be cursing when I get down the car. But it was worth it. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to take to make sure that you guys have your successful podcast. And hopefully one day we can be on your podcast.
Yeah,
awesome. I'd love to have you on.
That'd be great.
Yeah, ask me one question. I'll probably be there for an hour.
Yes.
I can
He
talk
talks underwater.
with marbles in my mouth.
Episode 5.
We can interview you about your book.
Yeah, you can interview me about the Humble Hero that I wrote.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting.
When's that going to be out?
It's out.
It's out.
On Amazon. Yeah, it's out. Sold some copies. So I'm a actual author.
Or on liamzolo.com.
You can buy it from liamzolo.com as well. So mainly from Amazon if you want to get the printed copy. So it's a book about...
what's it about?
It's The Humble Hero is not a book about me. That's the first thing I say in the book. It would be hypocritical to the title if I wrote a book about myself.
Yeah.
It's actually, don't you reckon?
That's what I do.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it's called The Humble Hero. I called it The Humble Hero. That's what I mean. Like, it'd be hypocritical to the title of The Humble Hero to say the book's about me. The book's about the people who I've either come across in the past who've seen something in me to help get the best out of me and see success. And it's promoting people like our parents, our brothers, our sisters, even the bullies out there that we think that they were putting us down. They led us into a position where we are now, which is an ultimate version of ourselves. And that's what I was trying to promote in the book. Because I won't go on a massive tangent, but I had this one guy who bullied me for years in rugby league, and he told me to go play on the wing, even though I wasn't a winger. And 5-10 years later, I was playing for the Italian national rugby league team on the wing. And then he came and watched the game. I'm like, he was bullying me 10 years ago, telling me to go out in the wing because I thought he didn't like me. And then here I am playing the highest level of rugby league because he forced me to go out to the wing and play a position that I didn't even know about or like. So do I hate that bully? No, thank him.
Build your resilience.
And that's the idea of the end of each chapter. I always say thank you, and I say thank you to the people in that chapter that led me into that position. So that's what the book's about. Yeah.
Because before he met me, I'm yet to get a thank you.
Yeah, that's right. And you ladies, obviously.
Chapter
47. Yeah.
Humble Hero 2.
Humble Hero 2. So that's it. Let's jump on offline. That's our introduction
Thanks
podcast.
for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Liam.
Been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. And thank your lovely husband,
Yay.
Lloyd, in the background. Legend in the background.
Support mechanism.
Support mechanism. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, guys and girls.